definition of joy. Because joy, if it's talked about, and that's all it is empty. But when it's lived out, there's something wonderful in it. And over the last several months, and specifically over the last few weeks, I've had the opportunity to make some new friends. And Daniel and Sharon, I'm going to ask that you come on up. Daniel and Sharon are new to our cold weather. Daniel and Sharon are from Taipei, Taiwan. They are starting up the new Chinese Alliance Church in town, and last week I had the privilege of being at the launch of that service, or of that church, in the over at McDermott Drive. And I thought, well, thank you, first of all, for coming and being here today, because I really wanted, as I've listened to them and as we sat eating raw fish the other day, and some food. I know it's called sushi. It doesn't sound as dramatic when you say sushi. Raw fish, it was wonderful. And I was listening to their hearts and just why they would move from 3/4 of the way around the world to here in the middle of the wintertime, and that joy for Christ that they have. So today they're going to be sharing with us, and kind of how we're going to do it is I'm just going to ask them some questions. I'll be honest, they're very predetermined questions because they told me what to ask them. But we're going to start with Sharon. And I should explain, by the way, Sharon, you were a teacher in Taiwan.
Yes.
And by the amount of degrees you have, Daniel, I'm thinking you were kind of a career student. But you were serving as a pastor over in Taiwan as well. And you were telling me just before, I knew you had multiple degrees, but you have your divinity, your master's in divinity, you have your theology degree, and your chemical engineering bachelor's degree. And when you described that, I kind of thought, as I said to you before, that your wife married an engineer and she ended up with a pastor. So, in Canada, in Brandon, in the wintertime. So maybe Sharon, you can tell us, and we should say, by the way, you're up on here. This is Taiwan. You said this looks like a yam.
Yes, a yam, a small one. Yes.
So how did you come? Like, tell us your story. How did you get here? How did you come to Brandon?
Well, I heard about I think the city or town.
City.
Okay. Look, Brandon is about 13 months ago, and at that time I looked the city on website, but not many information actually. And except the website of Brandon University. So I can find information there, but well, I heard that it's cold, very cold. So you should be very strong to be here. Well, and I was afraid, I don't want to leave my family, my friends, my students, and my comfort zone. So it's very tough because we spend a lot of time of waiting because at that time Daniel made his mind to go to Canada to ministry here and to have his PhD. Well, he's planning to have his theology. It's a tough word. Theology, yeah, in Toronto University, yes. And we spend a lot of time on that, and it's tough for me because first of all, I have to leave my own country. I mean, it's comfortable there, yeah. And it's long time waiting, and I'm not sure.
I think they put up a fish out of water.
All right. Yeah. It's what I feel, Yeah, my family are all in the water, and I'm not good at jumping, but I have to jump. You know what? Yeah, and to somewhere which I don't know what will be turned out, and yeah, just jump. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So how do you feel being new then? Like, what's it like? Because, like I came from another part of Canada, but for me, it's not really that new. Saskatchewan to Manitoba, we actually say it's a blessing to come from Saskatchewan to Manitoba. People in Manitoba don't appreciate Saskatchewan very much, but it wasn't a big change for me. Well, but for you, everything's new.
Yes. First of all, it's language. Yes, actually, I almost try to, to guess what I'm learning, or pretend I understand what I heard. Yeah, but not really. I can't understand what I heard really. And second is weather. Yeah, I like Brandon except the weather part.
And we should say that when I met you guys, it was August. Right?
Yes.
They brought them over here.
Yes.
The denomination brought them over here for some interviews and to see the community. And I don't know if there's anywhere more beautiful than Brandon in the summertime.
Sure.
But I don't think that was fair. They should have showed you the wintertime too.
Yeah, actually,